So I just finished reading Heath Taylor's entry in the Mighty Guides article that we have here, and I want to thank him. It was a great article. His understanding, and he's obviously understands the problem very, very well, in that we need to be able to convert cyber risk to dollars and cents in order to adequately have a conversation with a business person. As technical people, he describes very well that we're dealing with things like vulnerabilities and attacks and CVEs, and that's all really important stuff. But he also gets, and I love that he gets this, in that you need to take those and turn those into quantifiable metrics. Not because it's fun to take vulnerabilities and turn it into dollars, it's because the audience we're dealing with understands dollars and not vulnerabilities. And that is our goal here at Nehemiah. We're actually in the business of turning technical risk into financial risk. Now we do that by marrying kind of the two worlds, if you will, the technical piece, which is vulnerabilities and attacks and bad guys, along with the business components, and then merging those together through a risk engine and computing what that potential loss can be. And we do this for really the reasons that Heath talks about, which is, in order to have a conversation with a non-technical person, you need to have it in dollars and cents, and you need to quantify cyber risk in dollars and cents. And it is challenging. It is not a trivial thing to do. I personally have been working on this for a number of years. I'd love to tell you it's easy, but it's really not. But once you have the framework right, and once you have kind of the structure in order to do that, it becomes a very repeatable problem. And the fun thing is, not only do you get to compute risk for companies, but now you start to be able to say, I've created a baseline mechanism where I can start to compare companies to other companies as well too. So you can start to answer questions like, well, how am I comparing against my peers? Or what are they struggling with? In an anonymous, secure way, of course, because you're not going to share detailed information about anybody in particular. But once you have that information, now you can take to your board or to your executives, as Heath describes, information about the risks your company faces, but also in the light of what's going on in the industry as well too. Because that's a missing component. Is we talk about risk to ourselves, but in order to make decisions, I personally always like to know, well, can I get 2 quotes for this? I'm literally in the process of getting a new air conditioning system, and I want at least 2 quotes. Well, guess what? If I walked into your organization and said your risk is X dollars to a cyber attack, I'm going to want to know who else is dealing with that kind of risk as well too. What other companies of my size or industry or geography, or have my set of controls and defenses, could be dealing with that? And so I think Heath touched on it very, very well, and I want to thank him for his time in doing that. Really hit the nail on the head, so thank you for that, Heath.